Hey guys, welcome to another coaster review. This is me reviewing the Expedition Everest roller coaster at Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom. This is a family coaster. Before I get into all my opinions and stuff, let's begin with the stats. As you may have seen with my different reviews, I'm rating it by each category. However, I'm going to decide to stop doing that. I'm just going to go in depth instead of rating them. I will save that for maybe coaster comparisons. We'll see about. Yeah. But however, I will be redoing like my Afterburn and Cheetah Hunt reviews. I will be redoing those, but I'll still give them like the same overall score and stuff. However, this ride is great. So first off, this is 112 feet high, reaches a maximum speed of 50 miles per hour, has a drop of 80 feet, pulls a max G-force of 3, which that's when you're going backwards. There's also a very long ride, about 3 minutes, and this ride it is a great coaster. I'm going to say that. This ride. So before we start with the pros about this ride that I love. First off, it's theming. It's themed to Expedition Everest. It's themed to Everest, and just this ride is it is the world's most expensive roller coaster. It costs like over like $1 million. It is crazy. I don't know off the top of my head how much it costs. My guess is around like $5 million, but this ride, holy, this thing is beautiful when you're looking at it. Plus, when you are just in the park in person, this mountain looks gargantuan. It is just, wow, it is just incredible. I love Disney for doing this. Also, plus this thing took like 6 years to build, so it is just amazing. Well, Disney, it takes them a while to build stuff because of the theming, because Disney's about theming. But this ride's awesome. It's got some really good ride elements, especially this one right here, which you're seeing is the Yeti, which is the most complex animatronic in the world. It is what the most complex animatronic that Disney has ever created. When it's in A mode, which now is no longer in A mode, it's only in B mode. When it was in A mode, which I will say this, I was lucky enough to experience Expedition Everest when the ride was in A mode, when the Yeti was actually moving. And that thing is aggressive as heck. Just like, geez, that thing is it's insane. Like, when it was in A mode, it would move 5 feet horizontally, 18 feet vertically, and it was crazy. It is one of the coolest things ever. But now it's in B mode. The ride's just not as good as it used to be because it's in B mode. Because of the Yeti. It's in B mode. Which now these days it's just strobe lighting, which I will show you a good glimpse of the A mode Yeti once I finish like talking about the ride stuff. I'll show you the Yeti, and then after the Yeti I'll give the overall score. But this thing's awesome. Plus, like, the drops on the mountain are insane. Plus, that drop is insane. That is a crazy drop. I mean, it doesn't look like much. You don't really get any airtime, but which I don't really remember if you get airtime or not. I haven't ridden this coaster in over 2 years because I'm not a Disney pass holder. However, but I do remember it being really sick. It is one of the coolest drops. I wouldn't say it's worthy of top 10 best coaster drops, but maybe top 20. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'll do a coaster countdown where I do the top 10 best coaster drops. But the drop is it's crazy how it just pop you out. You just pop out of the mountain. It's awesome. And yeah. When speaking of cons, I don't really have much to say when it comes to cons of Expedition Everest. However, the smoothness, let's talk about smoothness real quick. And I remember it being pretty smooth overall. It definitely has a rattle to it. I will say that. I remember it having a little bit of a rattle. It was a little shaky. And I remember it being a little jerky in some spots, but it's not bad. Probably the smoothest Vekoma coaster I've ever ridden. Yeah, I mean, I know it has more updated track than something like Rock and Roller Coaster, but that kind of track with Rock and Roller Coasters and like Nighthawk and stuff, Rock and Roller Coaster is the best Vekoma by far with that track. However, this track though, it's good. It's a much better Vekoma track than the outdated one. However, but this ride, I don't think the smooth really takes it away. I need to get back on it. I am planning to go on it around November, December. Planning to go back to Disney. I'll definitely shoot a POV because when I last rode this was like before theme park guide productions even existed. But yeah, but I do remember me when my last rode in 2014. It was a lot of fun. But so anyways, so also the Yeti is definitely the con. I really wish it still moved like it did back then. So let's talk about the ride real quick. Video credits go to coaster view, and so first off, you exit the station, and you automatically go into go into this little turn first, very good turn, and you immediately go into this lift hill, which this lift hill, I will say the lift hills are a little painful. It kind of jerks you. I do remember that. So then you get into this like a little twisty drop or the terrain, which this I love the terrain of this ride. So you make a little like nice little calm, graceful part of the ride, I guess. I'm not sure. Then you go into this lift hill. This lift hill looks gargantuan when you ride it. It is insane, but it's really only 112 feet. And also you go into this castle area, I guess, and you see the Yeti, of course. And you go into this like lift hill, and you get a incredible view of Animal Kingdom. This is like one of the coolest views I've ever seen. Of course, I've never ridden rides like Millennium Force and Magnum XL 200 where the view is insane. However, I'm trying to get to Cedar Point, but this is a Disney. So then you get into the mountain and you make a little left turn. And I would stop this video if you're going back, because guess what? There's a broken track. Yeah, so sorry if you watched it, never been this, and you don't want to be spoiled. You just got spoiled. But anyway, so there's a broken track. This is the first of Disney's kind to do this. It's really cool. And guess what happens later, next? It goes backwards. This is one of the coolest parts ever. And then you go backwards, like you spiral down backwards in pitch black darkness through the mountain. It is crazy. It is. This part is seriously intense for a family coaster. And you get into the in this part where it shows a little Yeti show. It showing the Yeti tearing down the tracks. It's a really cool part of the ride. Really great aspect. So then that happens, and then you go down. You just, yeah, it's like we'll wait here. But then you go through this little drop, I guess, and then right before you know it, you drop straight out of the mountain. This is the insane drop, and you make a little turn. Yeah, and then you go back inside the mountain and make it a little twisty drop, I guess you'd say. Okay, and then go into this very big helix. Now, I don't remember it being too intense, because this is a family coaster, so it's not going to be very intense. But there are some very intense helixes, but this is not really one of them. Then you go back inside the mountain for a final encounter with the Yeti. This video shows the B mode Yeti. You can see that. It's the B mode Yeti, not in A mode. I'll show the A mode video. So you go encounter with the Yeti, and then you hit the brake run, and you're back outside. Happy you survived Expedition Everest. So that's the ride. So next, let's move on. Let's continue on. So I will show you guys, this is what the Yeti used to look like back in the day. I will put it full volume here. This is slow motion, just to let you know. Ah, the memories of Expedition Everest. Video credits go to Walt Disney World News Today. So, overall, Expedition Everest, overall, it's a great roller coaster. I love this coaster. It's personally my favorite coaster in Walt Disney World. So, for its final score, I'm giving Expedition Everest an 8 out of 10. This is a great ride. I suggest riding it. It's not like the most intense coaster in the world. You're not getting intensity, because it's a family coaster. We do have some intense moments. It's a great ride, plus the theming is outstanding. However, I would give it a much higher score if the Yeti were moving. That is it, but I'm glad I was lucky enough to ride when the Yeti was still moving. Okay, guys, that is it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be posting more of these reviews. See you next time.